This young man here, he's known him since he was about 4 years old, so
cheers, like
that's nice. That's big man. You alright, you good?
Hello.
How are you?
We've got two for the price of one.
This is young Frank.
Sweet, yeah.
Who have we got here?
Frankie Hayes.
Hello, Frankie. Nice to see
Repton
you.
Boxing Club.
New manager?
I'll be managing him.
The manager.
Oh, good
But
to
I've
see
known
you.
him for years. He's been around the boxing circuit from York Hall days. How old are you now?
I'm 12.
12. So you must have been about when you were like 6 years old, 5 years old.
Around there, yeah.
His mum does a great job with him.
So fight week time, how you feeling?
Well, I look at it as like camp. Fight week can be a week where you can lose yourself a bit. Obviously, you've got to taper down, you've got media commitments, but for me, it's just another day in camp, really. So, cool.
All the hard work's done.
Yeah, this is just like us sitting down outside on them stools having a chat about what it's like to
Chewing
live in
the fat.
Yorkshire.
It's good though, isn't it? Full fight weeks back, full activities. And on Saturday night, 60,000 fans are going to be in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. It's going to be a pretty special night.
Yeah, I like to. Listen, I've worked out already today, so I don't want to go out there and start sweating and over.
We didn't see much.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to go out there and overwork myself. I'd rather come out here and mingle with the people. Do you know what I mean? That's what I'd love to do on a public workout. Maybe like a public meet and greet rather than a workout for me.
You're looking very streamlined, very
Why do
trim.
people think that?
Because you look it, you do. You look very well, very streamlined.
Thank you very much.
Did you see anything of Usyk? Or were you interested?
Do you know what? I wanted to use tennis balls to be fair, but he'd gone.
See, I said he
You
could
said
do
watermelons.
watermelons. You see?
Yeah. But no, he's here to fight at the end of the day. It'll come and go. So the public workout doesn't really show much.
What have you been doing different in camp though?
No pads, heavy bag work. A lot of heavy bag, a lot of sparring. So not really the mitts. Old school, Rocky Marciano stuff. You know what I mean?
Like it. We've been speaking about, Tony Bellew said to us a while ago about when he fought him, the mental pressure that he put on him and how draining that was for him. Have you thought about that and how would you deal with that?
I'm quite physically conditioned and mentally conditioned, so hand in hand I should be fine. Big occasion, big pressure. Bellew was at a different stage in his career as well when he took the fight, you know. I'm at a different stage in my career, so what it means to me is different from what it means to Bellew. Bellew put up a really good fight and he comes short at the end of the day, and it happens in boxing. But for me personally, I'm going to try and do everything to reverse what happened to Bellew and make it go in my favour, because I feel like I've got nothing else if I don't get this win. So for me, this is like, it's not the end of the road, it's the start of a new chapter.
How does Rob rate Usyk?
You'd have to ask Rob. I don't want to speak for him, but you'd have to ask Rob. Rob focuses on me, to be fair. That's the truth. Rob's more focused on what my abilities are. There is no opponent. I'm my biggest opponent. If I do what I do, I can do what I need to do against anyone on my day.
We've seen some improvements though, didn't we, in the last couple of fights? Ruby's rematch, Pulev, we saw the sort of more boxing side to your game. What version do you think we're going to get of you on Saturday night?
I've always been a boxer, always been a boxer fighter, but ultimately there is no real strategy apart from winning. You know where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
I'm in there with a goal in my mind, is to either hurt you or beat you till I get the win. So whether it's like the right hand, whether it's the uppercut, whether it's the jab, whatever the strategy is, as long as it's leading to a win, I could box on the back foot, I could box on the front foot. There's no real like strategy except for winning.
What is the strategy? What is the game plan? Should I ask
Just
you?
to
You're going
win,
to tell me
just to
more?
win. Frankie, what's the game plan, champ?
To win all the time. You need to win, and that's how you succeed.
Simple as, isn't it?
You know, it's going to be in the
You could do my job.
archives. And this young man's all of a sudden going to be stood in this position.
Yeah.
So we remember when he was stood there. It's a great experience, but it's good of you to let him enjoy the ride.
Yeah, definitely. The next coming champions, Repton. I'm from Finchley. I box amongst all these the youth in my gym. I'm around these kids all the time training, so I know what it means to them as well. So good luck with yourself. Wishing you well, champ.
Brilliant to see. And you'll be there, I imagine, on Saturday night?
Yeah.
Good to see. Best of luck, Anthony. Thank you for talking to us.
So this is Eddie. Thanks very much. We'll see you later on. This is the 8th defence of the heavyweight world titles that you have made.
Defence, yeah?
It will be the 8th defence. I'm just going to get you to step in and talk into there. Is this the most technical challenge, do you think, you've taken on of all of the challenges you've had?
I can't say that because it's all about my level. Where I was at 4 years ago, certain challenges were difficult for me due to my lack of experience. So it's not so much the opponent, it's where I was at. There's a lot of things I can deal with now. No matter how technical, how aggressive, how strong, I've learned how to adapt in there. So for me, he's a good fighter, like many of the opponents I've faced. Now, I feel I'm quite experienced now in order to be able to deal with different pressures and how to prepare for a fight. So he's very good, there's no denying, like many of my opponents. Now, I've just focused on myself and my capabilities, and I should be comfortable in there, right? Because I know my way around the ring.
I know you're not going to give us much as far as game plan is concerned, but is it important for you to try and establish your size and get that into the fight from the off?
So when you say establish size is a natural thing. I don't need to
Well, just where
overcomplicate.
it's the only division in boxing where you can fight someone who's going to be a few kilos, stone, lighter than you. So you do, I guess in some respects, I've said it again, a good bigger will always be a good little one, as they say. Is it a case of you having to get in there, hold the centre of the ring and establish that size into the contest?
Well, Ruiz turned that saying on his head, didn't he?
Yeah.
So in boxing anything can happen, do you know what I mean? So for me, just go out there and have fun. Go out there, do my job. I'm very professional. I'm very dedicated. Do you know what I mean? You know what it's like when you're training. Like you got to be very disciplined, very dedicated, and I feel like you create your own luck. And in the gym, even away from the gym, I've made sure I manifested my own luck. So size or not, speed or not, skill set or not, I feel like I've done a lot of like mental training to make sure that I come out victorious.
You love this side of box as well, don't you? The challenge, the technical side of it. You enjoy your chess, etc. Getting in there and testing your skills against someone who's equally as skilled is something that you relish, right?
Yeah, definitely. So I love like watching old school boxing, and a lot of the guys from the 50s, they're not with us obviously anymore, but they've all walked this path before. So for me, I just put myself in their shoes. Like this is just me speaking to you. So when I'm just out there doing my thing, fighting good fighters, for me it's nothing. Like millions of fighters have fought, many great fighters, and walked this path before, done interviews, said they're gonna do this, said big men beat little men. I've heard so many repetitive questions from years ago and repetitive answers years ago that people still ask today in boxing. And for me,
all it matters is when the bell goes.
All it matters is when the bell goes, you do your job, and first and foremost, the fans have a good time. That's all that matters, the fans have a good time. It's a different demographic of fans though in today's era. Like social media, a lot of opinions, we understand that everyone's an expert to a degree, but no one can deny when two good fighters come together, it's going to be a good night, and that's what we bring to the table.
Yeah, it is, and it's just 4 days away now. We appreciate your time, Josh, and wish you all the best for Saturday. Thanks very much. Good stuff. Nice one. Thank you.
Appeared in a different direction, and Freddie Cunningham is just bringing the big man in himself. Here is. I shall move out of the way so to be knocked over by those giant legs. How are you?
All good, thanks. You?
Yeah, good. You didn't get much of a sweat on tonight.
Thank God for that. I mean, like, I was waiting for them to start booing me.
It was like, oh yeah, good, nobody's in it, so I can do a 1-2 and then bounce.
Yeah. If I did hear a boo, I was ready to jump out the ring.
You what?
Who wants some?
David was teasing me first of all, and he forgot that I'd seen Fela Kuti play in Nigeria in the 80s. Yes, because you were dancing to rhythms there at the beginning and that music. Is that a sign showing how you are not just going to be following this guy around, but you're going to make the fight dance to the rhythm of your beat?
Well, there's a million and one things I can say. A lot of fighters do actually say what they're going to do, right? Like, what's his name? Fury said he's going to stick it on Wilder in the rematch. He done that, took him out. I've seen Chisora said he's going to stick it on Usyk from round one. For me, boxing's a different rhythm and different energy system for me. I look at it from like a different way.
You look at it from a chess perspective?
I don't want to say too much, but the way I've managed to work my way through is different, and how I look at the opponents is completely different. But yeah, I'll be doing my job in there to make sure it's exciting, definitely.
Absolutely. Now, it's been a very, very thorough preparation. What can people expect to see from you on Saturday night?
A left hand, a right hand,
couple uppercuts.
Your right hand behind your back, boxing one-handed.
Listen, I swear to you, I'm glad I chose boxing because it ain't too complicated. You know what I mean? Stick your hands up, You know what I mean? Keep your chin down, throw a couple shots, try not to get hit, and you'll probably box your way to a victory. That's it. Go out there, do my job. Go out there, have fun, do my job. I'm like humbled. So many people are coming out. I dedicated myself again to make sure I'm in good condition, to make sure I put on a good performance for everyone coming out Saturday.
Now, obviously, you're debuting a boxing event at this stadium.
Okay.
You're actually the boxing debut at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium.
Yeah. It's going to be rocking. It's going to be rocking, yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure, it's going to be rocking.
60,000 people in attendance.
Yeah.
Once again, it's been a long time since we've had you on these shores.
Yeah.
In front of your home fans.
Yeah.
Any messages?
There's a lot of Ukrainian fans as well, a lot of like Eastern European fans, African fans. What I've learned is the world's such a big place. You know, England's so multicultural, diverse. It's going to be a massive mix of people in there, but that's what makes for a good atmosphere. Remember when we fought Vladimir Klitschko? Yes. There was a lot of like Ukrainian fans. Arnold Schwarzenegger was there. Like, big people come out to support the Ukrainians as well. So it's going to be really good. And as long as we put on a good fight, boxing wins at the end of the day, and I'm happy with it.
Anthony, you mentioned the Vladimir Klitschko fight. It was, apart from when you won the Olympic title here just down the road, where you went to the hearts and minds of the British people, that was a massive event in British sport and in British life. It feels, even though we all want the undisputed title at some point down the line, this feels like, because of his boxing skills, because he was an Olympic champion in 2012 as well, the biggest fight since Klitschko for many of us.
That's what we're bringing to the table each and every time. Boxing needs it at the end of the day. Boxing does need it. And I do believe like it's good to go across shores. Like we've been Saudi, we've been America, I've fought around the world as an amateur in my short career. But also, when I turned pro, I wanted to make sure that British boxing gets respected, because it always felt like British boxing was overlooked to a degree. Like unless you're fighting an American or you're beating an American, like, man, them Brits, they can't fight, they ain't nobody, But I believe that we hold some credibility right now, and it's been important to me. So it's unbelievable to have boxing buzzing over these shores.
And has that been hard, holding that on your back, or holding that on your shoulders, or has it been a responsibility, like you said, that you've decided to usurp and put on your own back?
I decided that myself. So
on your skinny little frame.
Yeah, my skin. Yeah. Everyone says like, I'm worried. Like I'm not gonna go in there, hit me, and I'm gonna shrivel away. I feel like I'm weighing like 90 kilos. I feel strong. I feel good. I feel good. But it's something I put on my skinny little frame, and I carry it. With a lot of pressure, but at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, it's all said and done, so I'm going to carry it with pride as well.
I've got to ask a question about Oleksandr Usyk. We saw him in there earlier. He looks relaxed as well. I know you both respect each other. You're both great boxers. Talk to us a little bit about him, because people say, oh, he's much smaller. When they see you this week, they'll see how much bigger you are, that you'll be probably a stone heavier than him. How much respect do you have to have for this guy when you step in that ring?
Respect each other after, with all due respect. Respectfully, respect each other after. That's just me being respectful.
Have you seen him yet, tonight or not?
Yeah. Oh, face to face. No. I've met him before. I met him in Saudi. In the morning. But yeah, look, with all due respect, right? We're ambassadors of the sport, and I know there's kids that come out and watch and stuff like that. But this is fight. This is a warrior sport. I know it sounds like, but I'm being serious. When I watch like the Durans of the world, the Haglers of the world,
you're going to war.
You're going to war. Like, you can be a good fighter, but you have to have a certain instinct.
You're exciting us now.
Yeah, that you have to have it within you. You can be a good fighter, but a great fighter has a certain instinct. And you know, with all due respect, you have to have lack of respect and go in there and know who you are. This is war. So.
It's getting exciting.
Listen.
Stadium. It's AJ.
AJ.
It's a big one.
Listen, it's been an absolute pleasure.
As always.
An absolute pleasure. And we're gonna
seeing your giant thighs.
Yeah, we do. We miss you.
We look like little men next to your giant thighs normally when we come up to the EIS. We missed that experience this year.
I'm going to say nothing else. That's between you and Dave.
No, he's speaking for himself, mate.
He's speaking for himself. Myself.
Absolutely. But listen, it's been an absolute pleasure. And we're gonna be continuing the journey throughout the entire fight week, so we'll see more of you.
Oh, sick. I used to have one of them when I was there. Yeah, I used to have one. Yeah. They're classics. Sovereigns and keepers we used to have.
Hey, my team was the sovereign game all day, every day. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, the sovereigns were class.
We look forward to seeing you face to face with him at the press conference on Thursday. Thank you very much for stepping into the booth.
Absolute pleasure.